So, my daughter Isabel is visiting from Nicaragua. She was in the Peace Corps for a couple of years, and she asked if I would take her to the Story Slam tonight, and it was sold out. So, my good friend Jim here managed to get us in a standing room over in the back, and I really didn't have a lost story to tell. I thought, you know, I spent 8 years in New Orleans, and most of them were sort of lost in a haze of drinking and marijuana and imbibing, but I can't remember them enough to tell a story, so I really didn't have a story to tell. And then my daughter, turned to me and said, "Dad, are you going to tell a story?" And I thought, yeah, there's a story about my daughter I should tell. So I was working in a newspaper in Hampton, Virginia, and we were big baseball fans, and the team down there was the the single A affiliate of the Seattle Pilots. They were called the Peninsula Pilots, and they were pretty bad for most of the years that we were there. And the last year we were there, the team got suddenly really good, and they made the playoffs, and the people in the town were pretty excited, and what used to be a crowd of about 50 or 60 people that would come out to these games suddenly turned into a real crowd of 1,500 or 2,000 people. This is single A baseball. So I wanted to take the kids to one of the playoff games, and I went with a couple of friends from the paper that I worked with, Ernie Gates and Jesse Todd, and we all had our kids there, and I had my son and daughter, and we were having a pretty good time. We were enjoying ourselves with a couple of adult beverages, and Isabel, who's only 5 at the time, asked me if she could please have some money to go get some popcorn. So I said, "No, Isabel, let me go with you. I'll take you over, and we'll get the popcorn." And there was quite a long line, and we waited in line, and we came back, and she ate her popcorn, and the game starts. And after a couple more minutes, she wants a Coke. And so I thought, okay, Jesse, I'll be right back. Ernie, let me go get a Coke with Belle. And she went and got a Coke, and we came back. And this happened for 2 or 3 innings in a row. And at this point, I'm getting a little bit impatient to actually watch the game. So she says, "Dad, I want to go get a piece of pizza." And I'm thinking to myself, well, a 5-year-old can't possibly get lost at a baseball game. The concession stand is just there, right? Is 2 minutes away. I mean, not even 2 minutes, it's 30 seconds. Okay, here's $5. Come right back. Okay, Dad. So she goes. So I'm kind of looking at my watch, and I'm enjoying the game, and she's not back within 30 seconds or even 2 minutes. Well, after about 3 or 4 minutes, my dad radar is going off, and I'm thinking, I better go find her. What happened to my daughter? And you don't really know the meaning of lost until your 5-year-old isn't anywhere in sight, and you're in a crowd of about 2,000 people wondering, what happened? Where is my daughter? So I go back to my friends and said, "Ernie and Jesse, I've got a little bit of a problem. Isabel, I can't find Isabel." And so Jesse goes in one direction and Ernie goes in the other direction, and I'm looking around, and all 3 of us are looking around, and she's not showing up, and it's now 10 minutes. Now, I'm a reporter, and so headlines are going through my head at this point. 5-year-old abducted at Pilots game, drunk dad claims no responsibility. So 10 minutes go by, and I am sure she has been stolen from me. And I'm pretty frantic. The last thing her mom had told me was, "Don't let her out of your sight." What father would possibly let a 5-year-old out of his sight at a crowded baseball game? So just at about the point when I'm ready to have a heart attack, Isabel comes walking towards me. She's being carried by one of the Peninsula Pilots ball girls. And she's in tears, and I'm almost in tears, and she said, "Dad, you lost me." And she was right, I had. And I'm very sorry, Isabel. I'm so happy you're still with us. And she was not as lost as I was.